All right. Hey, you ready for some Saturday training? This is Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans and AMP Live. Hope you're doing well today. I'm going to get into it a little bit. It won't be very long, 15 minutes maybe or so. Maybe we'll creep into about 30 minutes. But we're going to talk about the three things that I'm going to share with you, creative real estate investing secrets with you. We're going to talk about 1, 2, and 3 and how it's going to help you with your business and help you get into the business or help you even expand and grow or whatever you're looking for. But these are three essential things that you're going to want to know when you're moving from wholesale to creative real estate investing, or you're just getting into the business, or you're seasoned as well. So it doesn't matter, real estate agent, broker, seasoned investor. We're gonna tap into that a little bit. Let me make sure that we got this rolling over here with the Facebook thingy. So we got that right there. It's showing. Okay, we're all good to go. I'm going to go live inside of the group. So this is going to be live inside the group. Probably only exclusively inside the group, but it'll be on YouTube, X, and a few other things. Oh, what happened? Where's it at? Connecting to the live. Okay, there we go. Let's see what's up. There we go. All right, so now we are connected. I'm pretty sure. Yep, we're all good to go. Okay, so let me look at the Facebook group as well. See if it's going live inside the group. Make sure this is all connected, and then we'll get into it. I'm gonna get me something to drink real quick. So cool. So hopefully, hey, welcome everybody who's here. Let's share real estate investment deals. That's what this is all about. So keep on share, like, and love the group. It's about doing deals and posting deals in here, posting your wins and things of that nature, as well as any deals that we have that we're going to post in here as well. Your wants, your needs, and types of deals you're looking for, whether it's private money, hard money. It'll be moderated as it needs to be, right? Because, some of these groups can get kind of crazy with the spam and all that other crazy stuff. But today we're going to talk about, some NODs, notice of defaults, notice trustee sales, list pendants, what type of deals are rocking and rolling right now, right? I do have an opportunity for people who want to come aboard and work with us, either in the capacity in our one-on-one mentoring program, which we're looking for 5 people still, right? And it's available for only 5. So just the selection process has been kind of, hey, if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. We don't want to work with people that, not going to show up, don't want to dedicate the hours. Yes, there's hard costs that you got to be taken care of. And what else? Got to be able to punch your way out of a paper bag, right? Execute, show up. No BS, no drama. Only rock and rollness and a positive mental attitude is what it takes, right? The rest we're going to help you with, and we're going to help you take it to the next level for sure. Or, hey, you're willing to make some phone calls, and the same thing, we can jump on a Zoom, handful of people to see, where they're at, where you're at. Been having some cool calls with people that are, struggling here and there. Some are rocking and rolling. Some are changing, getting out of the business altogether, right? Because there is a shift going on. The shift is going on right now in regards to real estate, right? Stuff staying on the market longer, right? Agents are having, coming and going, things of that nature. Wholesalers, real estate investors, wholesalers wanting to move to fix and flip, buy and hold, or other types of mechanisms. Now, properties, if there's more inventory, then it's going to happen, right? It means, hey, there's going to be a lot more rental opportunities, right? A lot more sub-2 with seller finance opportunities that you probably should be taking advantage of. But it is a learning curve, right? It's not something you just jump into. You can, but you got to do your homework. The devil's in the details, as they say, right? And that's understanding. For me, when I got a mentor, it shaved off 3 to 5 years of spinning my wheels, right? So this will do the same thing. If you come aboard and work with us, great. If not, just get involved here. Make some friends, network, right? And here in Southern California and across the United States of America. I'm going to be your host today for the AMP Live Real Estate Show and the Saturday training. And we're going to be talking about the 3 secrets that I'm going to share with you in regards to creative real estate investing. We'll start off with the first one. The first one's going to be the mission is the submission. Probably thinking, well, what the heck is that? I'm gonna usually have some, I don't like to call it filler, but usually like some things where I want to at least share with you in regards to who we are, what we're about. We're obviously AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. So it is a true cause and mission. If you want to be part of that true cause and mission, then definitely DM. Reach out on some of the platforms, call, text, or whatever it is, or even put it down in this chat. There probably is a a link in the video where you can actually message us, message me. Definitely do so, and we'll chat and we'll talk. It's an open door policy. Let me see what else. What do we got? A little bit of, oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to one of our favorite platforms here so you can actually see my mug. Okay. So on my shirt, I took my jacket off, right? Roll up the sleeves, get to work here. But there are properties that are out there, right? Saturday's a great day. Some people go, oh, don't call them people on Saturdays or Sundays. Best time is on a Tuesday or Thursday, or actually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to make those phone calls. If you're dialing or door knocking, any of that good stuff. Look, I say there are statistics with that, and it's true, right? From 11 a.m. to maybe 2, call. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., call. Because people obviously going through lunch, they're going to be available. They're going, get off work. They're driving. They're going to get home. You're going to catch them. But with this technology that we have now, it's called a cell phone, right? It's instant connection, right? People are going to call. They're going to answer whenever you catch them. If the universe is on your side, you're going to catch them, right? If you're dialing for dollars, I get it, right? Some people love it because they get deals. Others don't like it, well, because they're not getting deals and they're blocking their own mind at the end of the day. There is a process to doing it right and to doing it wrong. Is there a right and wrong way? Of course there is, to a degree, right? Anybody, you can refute it if you like, or we can talk semantics and all that good stuff. But the bottom line is that the proof in the pudding, right? Battle tested. People make cold calls and they get deals because they're badass at it, right? There's others that door knock and they're badass at it. Others using postcards and they're badass at it. Direct mail, letters, offers, right? What else we got? I like to call them verticals. So think of it as like a vertical. Each one is a vertical of marketing, and your goal is to get awesome at this vertical, move on to the next one, and keep on building them until you have all your verticals and then working them simultaneously. And it'll kind of be the same way real estate is, right? Real estate's like an ocean. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. And the goal is to, well, become an awesome surfer, right? Or swimmer, whatever. I say surfer because we have a program. It's called Surfing for Deals, right? It's free, absolutely free. Reach out and we'll give it to you. If you want your phone and email and text to blow up with leads with sellers that want and need to sell, then definitely, hey, hit the chat. Say, I'm interested. Send it to me. It's not going to cost you a dime. You get the video, you get the training, you get the templates and all that good stuff. Copy and paste, boom, 35% response rate, 35 out of 100 are going to be people that are interested because we're going to be fishing in a pool or an ocean, I should say, where sellers want and need to sell. So it's pretty simple, makes sense, right? We're using common sense with a lot of this stuff, right? When it comes to sales, then yeah, it's sales 101. There's psychology. It's muscle memory. There's practice. You got to practice. It's like, think of it this way. I come from, when I was younger, I played music. So if you wanted to play drums, you got to play your ass off and you got to practice naturally, or you practice and get some lessons and become badass. Or guitar, drums, just said that, bass, vocals, singing, right? Whatever it is, playing the flute. I'm just kidding. Whatever it is, you have to practice. So you're not going to be very good at it. Okay. So, and just because you're in sales and you sold cars doesn't mean you can sell houses. Doesn't mean you can jump right in and start rocking, as a wholesaler or an acquisition person, right? It'll be a quicker transition. If your mindset is open and you're trainable and coachable, then cool. You're going to fly right through it. It'll be a perfect perfect lateral move, right? That's what I always call my moves, lateral moves, right? I'm going in this direction because it's a direction in the lateral move that's going to work for myself and my family, right? And we're all, hey, you just got to stick to your guns and keep moving forward. So let's talk about the first secret, right? Is the mission is the submission. What the hell is that? What does that even mean? Well, first you got to have leads. So leads. Got to have the leads. Fill up the leads. I just kind of gave you something right now where you can fill up your pipeline, surfing for deals, right? And you go ahead and fill up that pipeline, start talking to those sellers, and then we're going to go ahead and get a full submission, right? A full submission. And the reason I like to call it the mission is a submission because it's like a true mission. The goal is to talk to the seller, qualify the seller, get them to tell you everything from birth until now. And then you got to keep rocking and rolling, 15, 20-minute call. If it goes 30 to 45 minutes, don't whine about it. Don't cry about it. You got a better relationship with the seller. That's all. Do you have to redirect sometimes? Yeah, because the seller wants to tell you about their house, wants to sell you the house through the phone. They're going to talk about their issues and their wants and their needs and their family and their dogs and the military, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Then you redirect. It's very simple, right? When you're going in, there's 3 steps, 3 simple steps to the mission of the submission, right? Opening up the call, getting and gathering all the information that's needed, and then we wrap it up and close up the call. There's a couple little micro things we'll do for setting the stage, right? Qualifying the seller, and then obviously scale of 1 to 10, and then wrapping up the call. Best mode of operation, shut it down, thank them, move on, call back within 24 hours with an offer of some sort or some solutions to set up an appointment after we submit it. They submit the whole submission. So that means that whoever we're working with, if it's a mentee or someone who's an acquisition or dispo person in-house, but let's just say they're a mentee that's working with us exclusively. They will get a copy. We get a copy. Then we start underwriting. Where's the money at? Is this a wholesale deal, sub-2 deal, option deal, seller finance deal, great Airbnb, co-living type of deal? What is it, right? What you don't know is what you don't know, but it's cool. If you're hyper-focused, then obviously you're going to be rocking deals because all you're worried about is, does this have my 70 cents minus repairs? And is the property a good location? And can I unload it to the investors I already work with? No brainer, right? So, but others don't have that luxury. So you got to kind of formulate a plan to do that. So what this does is when it comes in, we're going to look at it. Where's the money at, right? Is this a good wholesale deal? Can we make a friend? Because I like to do that. I like to, if we got a deal, make friends. Make friends with the wholesale deal. And if they don't buy it, cool. Put them on the A-list, rock and roll. If not, let's sub to it. Let's sell it. Let's fix it. Let's do whatever we need to do. Sell it off to another investor. Who knows, right? But the bottom line is that I want to make this more about content and training. I got a bunch of slides here on the side that I was going to go through, but it's okay. They're not actually, it's just, hey, it's marketing stuff, right? It's what we do. It's what everybody does, right? At the end of the day, but check this out. So the mission is submission. So think of it this way. You go through the process. We got the lead. Boom. You submit. You get a copy. We get a copy. We start working it. All right. You start underwriting it. Where's the money? And then you got to set up that second appointment to do what? Set the appointment. Let's rock and roll that appointment. And the goal is to lock up the property, right? So in the mission of the submission, here's some little numbers for you, right? You can do about 15, 20 submissions, 7 to 8 appointments, 3 to 4 offers, and you'll get 1 to 3 deals. Simple, right? That's just what it is. Those numbers have been like that even in the last cycle, and they still roll over to this cycle because it's still the same to a degree. The funny thing is that if you want to write 20 offers, write 20 offers. Go for it. If you got a little village or you got a way to pop out offers like candy, then go for it, right? And that same token, you got to remember there's money in the follow-up. Because if you got 7, 8 appointments and you wrote 3 to 4 offers because only 3 to 4 people wanted an offer, and then 1 to 3 accept, you still got the rest of those people for the follow-up. There's money in as they say, right? Money in the follow-up, fortune in the follow-up, right? It just is what it is. Cashola. And most people don't. I had a conversation today with the young man who's going to bring aboard for the mentoring program. So good candidate, punches way out of paper bag, been doing this for a long time. Or not doing this, but, a business and things of that nature. So just needs some help with filling in some of the pieces to the puzzle. And then working some life coaching into and one-on-one mentoring into his business mindset and getting it going so he can build that legacy for him and his family. So with that said, just some things you got to frame it a certain way. We were talking about Think and Grow Rich as well, right? Pick up that book. I talked to another young lady earlier. Hey, pick up that book, Think and Grow Rich. It'll help you. It's going to help you in this journey that we're working on together. But on the mission of submission, you could write 20 offers if you want to, right? And use systems to follow up, right? When I first started, it was all about quality over quantity. I wanted quality over quantity, right? And I would literally look at when a lead came in every time. I'd wait sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 days, no leads. I'm going, oh, shit, I need a lead, right? And then when it come in, but I just remembered, here's the thing, right? Speed the lead. When that lead comes in, you got to treat it like a bag of gold. I always say that, right? You got a bag of gold. Even if, you just got to frame it in your mind. You can't have that, oh, it's not going to work out. They're not a good lead. They're not interested. No. Assume the freaking sale, right? Assume that they want to talk to you. Assume that they picked up the phone, they dialed, they called you, they texted you, they responded anyway. Now, back in the last cycle, people were more what? They're more cordial, respectful, right? They were courteous human beings. Now you just got a-holes and jerks and buttholes and woke people and shit. Or hopefully eventually maybe we can recraft it and bring that back. Or at least, hey, here's your standards and your policy. Here's my policies and procedures, right? That's it. I won't break them for anybody, right? So that's it. If you're a jerk, I don't need to work with you. If you're a biatch, I don't need to work with you. If you're awesome, let's do some business. You're going to learn some stuff. I promise you that. So it's just a new way of doing business. I'm going to share that new opportunity, the new way of doing business with you here on the inside of these groups, as well as when you become a mentee and you come aboard with us and work with us, then you're going to learn this stuff, right? It's the art of the deal and the AMP Live method. That's going to be secret number 2. What is secret number 2? The AMP Live method. What the hell is the AMP Live method? You're probably thinking, right? Well, what is that? Well, it's the American Mentee program. It's high trust selling with regular selling using psychological. I hate to use the word selling, but and even those, I hate even saying magical words, right? But they're true. It's kind of weird. When you say these words, sellers react a certain way. When someone else says almost the same thing or it sounds the same, they're like, no, I'm not interested in seller financing. But when I say it or we say it and someone who's taught through us, they say the same, it's pretty much the same thing, but they move forward in a way where they're going, hey, that sounds interesting. That could work for me. Okay. You know, and it's still seller finance, subject to existing financing, some type of creative real estate investing deal, right? Those are what I call creative real estate investing secrets that we're going to share with you. It's the AMP Live method or methods, because there's a bunch of little micro methods in between there, right? If you don't learn that stuff, good luck. Because if technology takes a shit and you're relying on AI and text and all kinds of other stuff, you're going to be effed in the next cycle if it happens, right? We won't. I won't. We're going to rise to the top. We're just going to keep rolling. We're going to blow everybody away, and so will you, because it's a skill set. It's a skill set that's right here, and that comes out of your mouth, right? And that's the goal. That's where you make your money, right? Right? You make your money with your mouth, your mind, and a piece of paper, pen, you know, and that's real estate. You're providing solutions for people who have pain points and have problems. If they didn't have problems, then, hey, that would be for a real estate agent or a broker. But even then, there's always problems to a house. There's always maybe an issue. Or maybe it's, hey, you know, it's going to be price or whatever. Seller wants this, and the listing agent wants this. And they're going, I don't know if I can sell that. I don't even know if I want the listing, right? Nobody wants dead dogs. But the market is going to do its thing. You got to adjust and move through. You got to adjust, adapt, as I always say, or perish, right? I say rock and roll, right? Just keep on fighting, keep on rocking and rolling. You get hit and you drop, get back up. You get hit and you drop, get back up. It's like anything else, right? Whether it's a job, whether it's life, whether someone gets sick or marriage or divorces, all kinds of stuff, right? I just say keep rolling. So what we're going to say, secret number 2 is the AMP Live method, learning that. And that's psychology backed by, and it fits right in with what the mission is, the submission. Okay. Once you get that mission to submission, you get that submission, then the art of the deal, the AMP Live method kicks in. When we actually set up a phone call, we're either going to write it up contingent upon inspection and rock that deal, or we're going to go belly to belly and rock a deal inside of the property. Whether it's vacant, occupied, or they own the home, it doesn't matter, right? There's certain elements and psychological, methods that I'll share with you, that we share with all our mentees on how to rock those deals a certain way, right? Now, as your skill set gets better, as your closing ratios get better, because that's the magic here, is working on you first. The technology all day long. No, tech is not going to do deals for you. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The bottom line is eventually it will. It's good. Put it together and work it. It's there. Utilize it while you can, because everything comes in, and like I said, in waves, right? It's the same thing. They're called trends, right? When it's awesome, you rock it. When it's not, it's not, right? So, but old school and new school work. Technology rocks. Old school technology rocks. The new school stuff, people will rock because they're too lazy to do the old school. And the old school peeps are going to kick ass over the ones that are lazy, right? Or it doesn't mean they're lazy. It just mean call them smart or whatever. It's not even smarter. The bottom line is that works, okay? That's just kind of the trend, okay, that happens every time. And then let's say old school starts rocking and kicking ass, and all of a sudden tech, and those people are going to start moving into that. And then make the transition, old school shit. Everybody's rocking it, and that's the new trend. It's the new flavor of the month. And all of a sudden, tech. People are going to start rocking tech on the backside. So it just goes in a big cycle, just like real estate. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. The third thing I want to share with you is this, right? How, right? How are you going to what? Recognize a creative real estate investment deal on the table. Comes down to the same thing. It's the Amplified method, the art of the deal, understanding what's on the table. You can have a one-trick pony wholesale type of property, and that's it. 70 cents minus repairs. Maybe if it's an awesome area, 75 minus repairs. Some will be 75%. We're not throwing any minus repairs because it's an area that's popping. It's going to rock, and people are looking for deals. Simple supply and demand, right? It's economics. You know, the demand's going to be higher. You know, I remember when people were going, I'll take a deal at 85 cents on the dollar minus repairs. Heck, I'll take a deal at 85 cents on the dollar, don't minus repairs. I don't care. You know, the margins were super tight. And then things start shifting and changing. Then it went from, oh, I need stuff at 60, 65 cents on the dollar minus repairs. You're going like, shit, that's 40, 50 cents on the dollar. You're looking for unicorn deals, right? Things got shifty and tight, you know, over the years. And then it goes to 60, 65, then back to 70 and 75, you know, and 80, 82, 73. Depends on what area you're in, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, right? The East Coast and West Coast, they rock always. Midwest, kind of weird, spotty. Stuff happens here and there. Texas is always popping. I get it, but they still have the same thing going on in certain areas, right? Because it's Texas, right? You got Dallas, Fort Worth, and that rocks, but you go all the way to the outskirts and you got, you know, it's crazy chainsaw massacre shit, right? So it is what it is. You know, same thing in the Midwest, and Florida's hotter than shit, right? So it's an acquired taste, right? So, you know, Florida, Gators, Texas, heat, humidity, tornadoes, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's the weather's the weather. So that's good and bad, right? Because the stuff can happen. Then there's properties you can buy, right? There's properties that get, you know, jacked up or whatever, and those are opportunities because someone wants to sell. They don't want to live there or whatever. The bottom line is right now we're seeing a shift where things are going to be moving into more, which is true, creative real estate investing, right? What's the future of real estate? Creative real estate. That is the future of real estate, period, right? You'll start seeing more and more NODs, NOTs, those pendants, probates, and yes, our awesome baby boomers, God bless them, they're going to start taking off and go meeting, you know, the heavens above us and all that good stuff. And then the youngsters or maybe the Gen Xers or under grandkids are going to be acquiring these properties, acquiring these businesses, and they don't want them. They're going to say, give me the money. And they're going to want to sell them and liquidate them. You can work deals with them, either cash or try to do some term stuff and turn those into what? Rentals. If hindsight's 2020, that's what I wish I would have did is just kept those rentals. I unloaded them, dumped them, should have kept them at a good price, and then boom, cash flow, keep them forever. That's the goal, right? So you look at the trends and you think about it and you do the same thing. Fix, flip, buy, and hold right now. The Burr method's still working, so that's awesome, right? You take advantage of that. Interest rates on credit cards. Chase is still doing the zero interest credit cards and stuff. Take advantage of stuff like that. Take advantage of deals that are coming down the wire to work a creative deal. Agents are willing to entertain investors now, right? Before they didn't. 3, 4, 5 years ago, they said, no, I don't want to talk to a real estate agent. I'm an investor, a wholesaler, none of that shit. It's like now they're like, yeah, that's a pretty damn good idea because my client was going to have to pay money. I was going to get paid as an agent, not me, but, you know, the agent was going to get paid. And then the seller was going to go, man, I think I got to pay some money just to sell this some bitch because they just got the house and the interest rate sucks and all kinds of stuff. Some maybe a minimal amount of money. Most of the money was going to go to the real estate agent and the fees, and they make a couple of bucks, but they're happy to unload the dog. Now, if you can come in with the solution and saying, hey, get the agent paid, might have to, you know, work on the commissions a little bit, but the seller is actually going to get some money, and then someone else, a nice family, is going to move in, and you're going to orchestrate and put that whole deal together. That's awesome, right? Sell it to a homesteader, sell it to an investor. Those are all ways to make stuff happen. I get it. And they're beautiful solutions for people. The same token, hey, maybe you want to take it down and turn it into a rental. Cash flow it, Airbnb it, co-living, assisted, you know, assisted living. Maybe it's, what else we got? There's sober living, autism houses, all kinds of stuff. Affordable housing is the key word now, right? It's been like that for about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years for affordable housing. government affordable housing, because obviously, there's tons of land out there, but maybe not in certain areas that are congested, like California, and certain places where you get the metropolis rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and rock this down. I'm going to shut it down now. So the three things, let's go over them. First one, the first creative real estate investing secret is the mission is a submission, right? I gave you some surfing for deals. Click the link down below. I'm going to do a little house cleaning real quick. See what we got here. Do my little chat. Definitely like, love, and share. Appreciate it. If you're interested in the surfing for deals, it's free. It's not going to cost you a dime. Just put it in the chat or hit us up on a DM so you can have leads. You have those leads. Once you got the leads, then we're going to do what? Got to do the mission is a submission. You got to get good at rocking with sellers. Now, you can do the same thing with an agent. You just got to qualify the agent, just like you're qualifying a seller, right? Got to make sure that the agent is not a gatekeeper agent, but a unicorn agent. Want to make sure that the seller is flexible and not, unflexible, or you won't be able to work a deal with them. And the same thing with the real estate agent. Okay, hey, what's the fees, the commission? Are you if it's a unicorn agent, we like to have those unicorn agents allow us to present deals to the seller. And if that's the case, awesome. We got ourselves a good real estate agent, a unicorn agent. We're probably going to continue to do some more business together, right? Same thing for real estate, traditional, or I should say not traditional, but the private sector. We got a seller who's willing to sit down and allow us to work with them, to go through the numbers, sit down and work a deal with an open mind and being flexible, walking the house, pictures, videos, all that good stuff, right? Allow us to bring contractors down or other investors to view the property and things of that nature, right? So you're building a relationship with that seller. That's high trust selling, right? That's the Amp Live method. It's direct selling as well, providing those solutions, being courteous. Does it take a little bit longer? No. It's just being a good person. It's just customer service, right? It's just what America was all about anyways, right? So that's a beautiful, lovely thing. And I'm going to share that with you. Now, is there some psychological tie downs and sales 101 and yeses and dropping seeds in the back of their mind so they're selling you? Yes. Okay. These are things that are needed in the business. They're done in every business, but we're not trying to buy a car, right? We're not trying to sell anything. We're trying to work a deal with the seller. Same thing with an agent. We're working with the agent, but then we want to connect with the seller as well. So they know that is a team effort and everybody's going to get paid, because once the seller knows they're going to get some money or get a little bit more money if they're stuck or whatever the case may be, it's okay, right? You can let the agent be the superhero. That's cool, because they're the one that brought you. They brought us. They brought anybody to the table. In this other situation where you're going direct to the seller, yeah, you're going to be the hero. You're going to be the one to help them, not when their mom, their dad, their cousin, their friend, everybody said they're going to help them then didn't, and you're a total stranger and you do. That's a beautiful, lovely thing. It's a testimonial. It's putting into the bank of good so you can rock, right? And obviously doing the right thing. At the end of the day, you're not a charity, so you got to make some money for your services and helping them. Whether it's going to be you fixing the property, flipping it, or selling it off to another investor, whatever it may be, but it's full transparency at the end of the day. If you're a real estate agent, obviously you have to have full transparency, and it's a beautiful, lovely thing to do. You should. Why not? Integrity and loyalty, integrity and loyalty, integrity and loyalty. Communication can break down and be repaired. The first two cannot. So don't break them, okay? It's part of the covenant, even when you come aboard and work with us as a mentee. Okay, so then what you got? Number two, the Amp Live method. You got to learn the Amp Live method, right? Yeah, I put up 3 fingers, okay? I don't know how to count, but here we go. Let's do 2, right? 2, 5, 20, 30. So the second secret is the Amp Live method. That's us with creative real estate investing. Once you get that full submission, we're going to set up that second call. We're going to underwrite. Then we're going to go ahead and set up a second call, get the appointment, and they go belly to rock that deal, okay? And that's the whole purpose, right? Because once you learn that, can you teach somebody else the same thing? Yes. We could teach anybody within days, if not weeks, on how to do this, right? Which usually shaves off about 3 to 5 years of spinning those wheels forward, backwards, sideways, going all over the place, trying to figure shit out and going mad at the end of the day. Or you do figure it out. Then congratulations and awesome, right? So, either way, the bottom line is just piggybacking on what's already there, okay? And that's understanding how to construct and work a deal. The art of walking the house, the art of the deal, the amp live method when we're actually working with the seller, right? And they're selling us at the end of the day. And then we have what I like to call a funnel, but yes, we can call, that's the way I see it in my brain, as a funnel, right? Offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, cash now, cash later. Maybe it's an option, maybe it's a marketing program, maybe it's listing or whatever. But there's a method for the madness that we go through, and a process. Always think franchise. Processes and systems do not fail. People fail, right? So that's what we're basically putting together for you, but for your company, right? We're not selling you a franchise. We're not going to do any of that. But that's how that works. So you got to think of it that way, okay? And then you got to learn how to frame stuff in a good way, right? Stuff you don't like, frame it as money. Frame it as a bag of gold. Frame it as a game. To say, boom, I want to take care of that. I love it. That's what I did with contracts. Hated contracts. Now, I got to the point where I loved them. And at the same token, love them, loved, I get it. And then number 3. So there we go. There's number 3. Number 3 is, when do you know you have a creative real estate investing deal? Well, that comes down to learning the art of the deal and the amp live method, and learning creative real estate investing, getting out of the one-trick pony wholesale. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You can literally build a company that's just wholesale. It's like it's no different than a brokerage. You're a broker. You have agents and listing agents, buyer's agents, a team, lead coordinator, all that good stuff, rainmaker action. You got a brokerage. 1 agent, 2 agents, 100 agents, 300 agents, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 agents. It's the same thing. Wholesale, you can do the same thing, but they're called acquisitions, like a listing agent. Dispo, like a buyer's agent. You're going to have your lead coordinator. You're going to have your technology. You're going to give leads out to people. You're going to do direct marketing. You're going to have marketing. You're going to do all the same stuff that a brokerage does. But the difference is it's a private real estate firm is what you're building. And yeah, you can rock and roll that. As long as you can take care of your acquisitions or dispo people and keep them happy and keep them rocking and rolling. You know, it used to be the 80-20 rule. Now it's 85-15. I think it's even 90-10 now, right? People have gotten lazy. So about, 10% keep the doors open, 15% keep the doors open, and the rest are going to come and go, revolving door. That's just part of the jam, right? So this depends on where you want to fit. Or maybe you're getting your family involved, right? Have them acquisitions. Who's the best at selling? Who's the best at selling homes? Who's the best at negotiating properties? Who's the best at technology? Don't want to be in the front. They want to be in the back, where they just hit the computer and do the marketing and social media, phones or whatever, and then have a couple people up front, right? And then once you get good at it, train some other people, right? You got people that are in California or United States of America. You got college students. You got your kids. You got people that want to transition from a job to maybe sales, right? You can go to Indeed and try to find people. You can find them anywhere in the United States of America, right? Some people will go to the VA thing, or they'll find companies, with their, their selling agents and stuff like that. I think the best route is probably, for me, would be, find some good college students, right? Because they're fired up. They got their brain rolling, right? Whether they're marketing majors, business majors, just depends on, as long as it's in that realm. They're going to be easy to coach and work with. And if you can make them a couple of bucks and they make you a couple of bucks, they'll stick around until they don't stick around, right? So it is what it is. Or maybe forever. This depends on what you're building. But those are the 3 creative real estate investing secrets I wanted to share inside this group. So definitely post. We're hitting it hard and heavy, hunting deals in Southern California, all across the United States of America, from the East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between, as I say. Texas Triangle for sure. Southern California, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, Orange County, or the OC, Los Angeles County as well, the good spots. And let's see what else. Florida. So we're certain parts of Florida, because I know they have some flooding and they got, storms and a bunch of crazy shit, right? Texas Triangle. I mentioned that. Tennessee, certain parts of Tennessee, but I know there's good and bad and everywhere. So definitely out there. Missouri, Ohio. Missouri's a little slow, but that'd be more of probably for buy and hold. If you got some stuff, definitely, or turnkey stuff, send it down the wire, as well as Ohio, towards a little bit going towards like Dayton, Beaver Creek, and Xenia, all that good stuff. Alliance, different locations there. Let's see what else. Anywhere for sure, just as long as we have boots on the ground or a mentee that we can work with, that we've papered up with and we're working with exclusively, then we'll go into that area. If you're wanting to go into that area and you're like, man, I need some help, doesn't matter. 700 people to 700,000 people or more, we're going to show you how to dominate in that area working with what we do. Okay. So without further ado, as I always say, rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. Keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, put these spectacles on, and say, it's supposed to be 15 minutes. So we got 35 minutes. Not too bad. So 15 minutes, 35. I usually like to go an hour, hour and a half of training. But we're going to go ahead and move on because we got some calls here in Southern California. I'll go through this little, what do you call it? We'll put this back up. Saturday training. Boink. There it is. Be there every Saturday throughout. And then tomorrow we're going to be back for the Sunday sermon. The American Mentee program's right there. Scan that QR code to lock in your spot. It is true one-on-one mentoring. Nobody does what we do on the planet. Guarantee it because nobody wants to. The future of real estate. Go ahead and join. I'll leave that there. And then maybe go through some other slides. But other than that, I'm going to get off here and get back to work, okay? So there's going to be, I think I have a handful of people tomorrow. It is Sunday, so a little family time, do my stuff, and then maybe I'm thinking about 2 p.m. if we can squeeze it in. If you want to be part of it, you're willing to make some phone calls, things of that nature, or you want to get on the horn and say, hey, how does this mentoring program work? Definitely scan the QR code, join, or if you got questions, DM, and we'll go from there. Because I'm going to wrap up here. Hopefully you're rocking and rolling in the United States of America somewhere, or, doing your thing. Maybe you're at the lake, maybe you're at the mountains or whatever, or maybe you're working, right? It's like Cardone says, right? What do you say? Like, I guess if you live for the weekends, your ass is broke, right? So I get it. Every day should be an awesome day, whether it's a Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's up to you, right? The government put that all there, right? For the JOBers saying we got Monday and you get Tuesday, Monday through Friday. That's where your work week is. Chill out on Saturday and Sunday. Go to church on Sunday or not, depending if you're into religion or not, right? So that's all man-made stuff. Goes to crumble that stuff, bring back common sense. Go get the book, Think and Grow Rich, if you have not read it. I've talked to several people that said, yeah, I've read it. And then some are like, yeah, I read it. How many times? 2 or 3. Congratulations if you read it more than once. I commend you for doing so. Most are like, oh, I got the audio or I got the PDF. So you get the book, put it in your hands, read it 4 or 5 times, just like cold calling, right? Can give you a list and you call it one time. Oh, I got some leads here and there. I only got 1 to 3 to 5%, 1 to 3% probably of response rate, right? Out of maybe 500 properties and maybe $1,500. 250 to 300 is the sweet spot. And then you got to call it again and clean the list 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time. If you can squeeze out the 5th time, you're going to get 10 to 15% response rate, right? Can you imagine that's 10 to 15 out of every 100? And if you get that list down to maybe, 300, something's going to come out of it. Most people give up on the first shot. They call it one time and say, oh, I'm done. That's it. Okay. It's not for you, right? Or whatever. If you're really hungry, you're going to go through it all. There's money in there. There's money in any list that you go through. There is a difference between good data, bad data, skip tracing, all that good stuff, right? But if it's decent and you're getting a headway and you get those little small wins, you keep on rocking. Keep on rocking with the small wins, and they will turn into an actual money win, right? So don't give up. Just keep rolling. Okay? So, and I get it. Some people love cold calling. Some people don't. Door knock on more doors. Call more calls. Spend some more money on text. Ringless voice messages, postcards, letters, offers. Make more offers, whatever it is. But you got to hyper-focus on one vertical and rock it. Hyper-focus on one vertical and rock it until you have at least a handful. You should have at least a minimum of 3, 4, 5 different types of marketing and some verticals built out so you can keep your machine rolling, right? Keep throwing leads into the hopper. So hopefully, boom, you want money to be popping out the other side. Okay. But it is a business. You should treat it like a business. That's just my 2 cents. The future of real estate, like I said, is creative real estate investing. You can join on every Thursday webinars at amplive.net. It's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. And here's my McDonald's logo right there. There it is, right? One go, one pass. Stop spinning your wheels. It looks like McDonald's. That kind of sucks, right? But it's all right. It's okay to be a little bit hey, it's just looks kind of cool. But our guy was said, hey, what is that? But he got really good at marketing. So, and obviously, Americans helping Americans. The older logo, of course. Some are awesomeness. Live 6 months one-on-one mentoring, streaming live, watch live. We'll partner up with 6 deals with our one-on-one mentoring. That's how it works. Of course, we got to have the good old USA, Erick Jimenez of Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Trying to sound like Disneyland? No? Okay. The Jungle Cruise. It's the Jungle Cruise ride. Creative real estate investing, how to get off-market deals. That's surfing. There it is. So they're surfing for deals. Scan that QR code. It's free. It's going to help you fill up your pipeline with people who want to sell and need to sell. You're not just trying to figure out, hey, do they want to sell? Am I calling this list? I'm calling probates, but there's no guarantee that they want to sell. You're calling tired landlords. There's no guarantee that they want to sell. And you're looking at probably 1 out of 100, right, that are tired landlords. And you're also dealing with investors who will kick your ass if you're new. If you're seasoned, then cool. But you're still looking for the tired landlord who's done. I want to retire. I'm done with all this crap, whatever. So you gotta go through a lot of what it can hammer on you, right? A lot of negative stuff, right? A lot of hammer. It's a mindset game. So wouldn't it be better to go after sellers who need to sell? There it is. And it feels better, especially when you're getting started in this business and we're working together. The goal is to get you up and running fairly quickly. Then you start choosing your verticals. Let's do some text. Let's do some postcards. Let's do some ringless voice message, right? Let's do some cold calling, but maybe, at least learn it. And then let's hire somebody that's based on what I'm going to share with you, the skill sets for the mission of the submission, which anybody can be taught, and then turn those VAs or other people or college students into professionals, right? Professional dollars for you and your brand. That's what it's all about. Scan that QR code. It's free. Then we got, let's see, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't want to waste any more of your time or spend any more of your time because I know I got to roll. I will leave you with this. Sub 2, fix and flip or buy and hold. Learn the best strategy for you. And that is any one of them, right? That is creative real estate investing. Any deal that you go into, it can be a wholesale deal, a sub 2 deal, buy and hold deal, fix and flip. It could be commercial, single family. It doesn't matter, right? That's the beautiful thing once you become an expert. So I would encourage you to learn as much as you possibly can in the real estate business, in the creative real estate investing business. Learn these creative real estate investing secrets. Understand the premise behind it, and that is, becoming an expert. Period. That's where it lies, right? Then you can do anything, anytime. If technology takes a shit, you're gonna rock, right? If your VA disappears, you can still rock. If your acquisitions disappears, you can still rock, right? Because if you rely on somebody else, I get it. You're going to build a business, you want to walk away, then cool. That's a totally different thing. But you still got to manage the business for a certain period of time before you can sell it off or any of that. So you still got to become the expert, right? Because your team's only going to be as good as you. You obviously want your team to be better than you, so you hire better acquisition people, better dispo people. All right, that's what I want. That's what I need. I'll go after dispo people that are awesome. They love dealing with property and looking at it and showing it and all that good stuff. Okay, cool. Get it sold. Acquisition, same thing. I am a little bit of a stickler because that's my jam. I like the acquisitions. I love the art of the deal. I love the amplified method. I love working the seller and working with the deal. But yeah, if someone else go in there, boom, take it down, of course. Right? Does it feel better? Of course. I'm going to analyze it, take a look at it and go, okay, awesome job. High five, boink. Or you know what? No, I don't like that price. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Did you check out this, and that? And you want to cover your all bases, right? So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. Keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to wrap this thing up here. Finish it up with the Saturday training. Tomorrow I'll be back for the Sunday sermon. Yep, that's the price for the one-on-one mentoring program. Definitely want to say thank you to our sponsor, VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. You're looking for luxury property in Southern California or any type of property, deals, loans, all that good stuff is here in Southern California. If you're wanting to drop your license anywhere in the United States of America or the world, let me know. I'll connect you with Miss Elizabeth, and she'll decide if it's a good fit. If you are, then take advantage of it, okay? That's a couple of decades of experience right there, along with my experience in the private sector and the public sector. Can't beat it. At the end of the day, wish there was opportunities for me at that time. when I got started. It's just a little shot of both of us, right? Specializing in all things creative real estate investing, short sales, pre-foreclosures, you name it. A little bit of marketing for you, right? Sell your home fast. We turn you on to all this marketing for you to get you up and running very quickly. And then we start building out your brand when you come aboard and work with us exclusively as a one-on-one mentee. That's no longer available, but hey, can ask us about it. That's 6 months, 6 weeks of training. So check it out. We buy houses, other ones too. Postcards, letters, all that good stuff. Websites. They're lead generation, right? That's part of the tech, part of your branding. Now, for you who people like door knocking and want to door knock, awesome. Let's do it. Let me see, what do we got here? I think we're all done here. Appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with this here. The future of real estate is the one-on-one American Mentee program. All right. So definitely appreciate it. Thanks, love, and share. Hopefully you got some information here that you can digest and think about and then move forward and go, I like what he's saying. This is awesome. Okay. This is what I need. Trust me, I talk to a lot of people after they've been beat up in the industry and they go, man, you're exactly what we need. Let's chat. Let's talk. This is not like something that's a redevelopment or something. It's an opportunity. It's fresh. It's new. I'm even going to share with you on some of the stuff we do in our sub 2 that I know others do not do or do not want to do, but we do. And it's to leverage the property, to be able to do a few other things that others are not doing. It's all in a good way, right? Meaning profitability, profit centers, as well as securing and security for the deal that you're doing. Okay. So I'll leave it at that. There's just a couple of creative real estate investing secrets that we'll share with you when you come aboard and work with us. Okay. So talk to you soon. I'm going to go ahead and put my mug up here. There it is. Boink. Hopefully, hope you have an awesome day, or what's left of it. And we'll see you tomorrow for Sunday Rants and Raves, Mindset Money Monday, Tuesday in the field, Wellness Wednesday, Thursday back into the field, and then Friday highlights. And then we'll be back here again, boom, for Saturday training. So hopefully this is all, it should be in the group. So hopefully we did this right and it's all inside of the group, the Facebook group. It keeps it a little bit more private besides the Zoom. So when we really dig in to the mentoring stuff, then we're doing stuff with the Zoom. We don't do any training inside of groups or anything like that. It's one-on-one on a platform that we control and work through, as well as the Zoom calls or Zoom trainings if you need them and when you need them. There's not 500 pages of PDFs or videos and all that good stuff, only to reiterate what we're working on together. Okay. So it's a different channel. I'm not going to get into it, all of that, and we'll leave it at that. So we'll talk to you soon. Awesome. Have a good one. Bye-bye.